aspiring athlete, Sydney. We're going to put him through a chest workout with the newbie. What the newbie is a neuromuscular re-education machine. So what it was designed, it was FDA approved for neuromuscular re-education by using a direct current, sending a signal to your brain on wherever the pads are, on whatever muscle, sending a signal to your brain to activate those muscle fibers. So normally when you're training, you could activate, depending on how hard you squeeze and focus, 30, 40, maybe 50% of your muscle fibers. When we adjust the frequencies and the intensity on these pads, we can get them up in over the 90s in percentage of muscle fibers. So what that means is we're going to back the volume down, so the volume is drastically cut in half, but we're getting ultimate full muscle recruitment in every single set. So his chest is going to be engorged with blood, everything's going to be activated. Another thing is unbelievable for injury prevention and rehabbing injuries, so he's not going to have shoulder problems. We're going to work on form cues. Everything is going to be tight and executed properly, and with the pads on, it's just non-stop. Just picture yourself completely, your mind-muscle connection through the entire range of the motion on the chest, and it pretty much takes the effort out of it because the pads are doing it for him. So yeah, I'm excited. I know his chest is already getting activated, warmed up. So we're gonna start with incline hammer, move on to we got some good hammer strength pieces here at Fit Club. We got a good flat hammer, and then we're gonna do some free weight compound movements and finish off with the fly. We'll be set. Straps up against the pad, arch the back, and like take your shoulders out of the movement. That way, when you press it right away, you're already contracting your chest up, and then as you're going down, you're actually lifting as you're going down, lift your chest up as you're going, okay?
This is coming highly recommended.
We're going to really contract you on this one. Yes, sir. With these, I like to go like 90 seconds, okay? 90 seconds with a compound movement, 60 seconds with an isolation movement.
It's the cardiovascular too.
Yes. Yeah, but we don't want to go too fast because we still want to keep the density and keep his strength up even close to a show. So, I know his cardio is good because he's been doing cardio, he's dieting, he's a lighter body fat percentage than he is in the off season. So his endurance, he wants to go. Sometimes you got to slow it down a bit for the compound movements, and you're like, okay, let's still focus on holding on to our mass, because when you're in a deficit, you still want to, if you say you're benching 315 for 6, and then you start dieting, ideally you want to shoot still around 315 even in a deficit to aim for 4 to 6. You want to try to keep it, because if you keep your strength in a deficit, that's when you're just stripping down fat. So that's why you don't want to change your training principles. You don't want to change your training principles that got where you were. So if you built muscle a certain way and it worked, why change what worked? So if you built muscle the way you've been training and you've been focusing on compound movements, why move to the machines? Why change the machines just because you're dieting? You're going to lose what you gain. So that's why I just keep this, holds us accountable. We're almost ready, okay? I'm ready when you are, bro. If you needed a little more time to catch your breath, I'm down for that too. Here we go. Up as I press. Boom. Okay? Honestly, too, it's gonna look crazy, but the way I have him do it with the 3-4 second negative, with the pause stretch at the bottom as he's raising his chest, almost trying to meet the bar halfway with his chest, this might be a working set. You don't have to go much. And then that way, you perfect the form, and then you slowly, progressively add weight or add reps as you go. By next thing you know, he'll be doing 2 plates with perfect form like this, and then his chest will be that much bigger. So let's bring it up real quick. Oh yeah, all right.
How you feeling?
Next level, I'm pumped. I feel like I don't get a complete workout with the first set we did.
You feel like even when you are taking a break, you're really not. Your body's not
still
taking
going.
a break.
Right.
We're not contracting while he's breaking though. So we're not contracting the muscle. So I bring down the intensity though, because I still want to focus on the actual workout and not just have the machine work them out. So the intensity comes down, and then we go to a higher frequency to lengthen the fibers in between sets. So we're not exhausting his muscles from when he goes back under load. So I still want him to be very strong in it. You are going to notice a dip in strength of this, not because of really the sensation, just because it's forcing your body to contract the muscle throughout the entire movement. So if you were to just, even without the machine, if you were to take a dumbbell, and instead of, if you're just curling like this, but then you were to take a dumbbell and now you're flexing and curling throughout the entire movement, even without the machine, your weight's gonna go down, but your pump and activation is gonna go up. And that's what really matters. We're bodybuilders, we wanna build the physique. We want to build the physique, we want to avoid injury, and we want to develop optimal amount of muscle tissue. So we're not doing just to lift heavy weights for Instagram.
The contraction is there,
Yeah,
so I can even feel it.
maybe a little higher, not too low. No, it's fine. It's just for really upper chest. I like to go right below the chin. I look at the muscle and I see where the weight's touching, and I like to move the pads a little bit. I'm gonna move right here.
That famous pose
Oh,
like
yeah.
this?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Not too many people have the genetics for the Arnold sweep, but his chest is there. People like to fly like this, okay? But a lot of times when you're flying like this with your wrist bent, you activate a lot of front delt. So I like to retract my shoulders, and I like to fly like this, and almost, because if you feel it, like even if we do it no weight and you try to connect your wrists, right away, right when you kind of flare your wrist back, right away your chest, notice that? When you flare your wrist like this, when you bring them back like that, now your chest is contracting right away. So then once you add load into it, so see your wrists are like this, your chest is more relaxed. Okay, now your front delt's ready. You turn your wrist, look at that. Automatically your chest is flexing. See what I'm saying? So we're gonna do that under low. Cool? Stretch you out, stand up. We're lengthening, so we got that now. We're stretching his chest out. Arms back. Bring it back farther.
Oh my God. There we go.
good session, man.